And a warm welcome to Kogi in Focus, a weekly review of developments and happenings in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. On the program today, Kogi State gets federal government support for victims of ravaging floods. Governor Bello welcomes Decampees from other parties to the APC. International Peace Day was celebrated during the week, and on the streets today, the people will be talking about what it takes to live in peace. These and more when we return. Don't go away.
It's Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state, the country's melting point, where anything and everything can happen. Kogi in Focus is the program keeping Nigerians abreast of developments in and around the country's most strategically located state. From politics, government to the people, farming to entertainment, sport and a whole lot more. We've got it covered on Kogi in Focus. Watch Kogi in Focus every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on your channel of choice, Africa Independent Television, AIT. For your contributions, feedback and advert placements, please contact us through the displayed phone numbers and social media handles. Kogi in Focus, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Don't be left out.
Welcome back. The Kogi State government has commended the response and intervention of the federal government to the flooding that has ravaged parts of the state, leaving many households displaced. Deputy Governor Simon Achuba gave the commendation in Lokoja when he welcomed a visiting team of the National Emergency Management Agency led by Director General Mustapha Meihaja.
Thank you very much.
10 local government areas have been hit by the ravaging floods, with residents driven away from their homes to stay with their relatives on high ground or to one of several makeshift camps set up for displaced persons. The loss and damage of properties to the flooding is colossal. The situation is serious enough to bring the Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Mustapha Meihaja, and his team for a fact-finding visit. Deputy Governor Simon Achuba, who received the visiting team, acknowledged the federal government's response to the flooding and recommended ways of preventing such devastation in the future.
The level of water is about 11.05. I want to thank the federal government for the proactive measure taken. Many of these communities have lived in this place such that even if you tell them to leave, they will not leave. And I have thought of it. I said, what then can be the solution? We must change our architectural design in these areas.
The NEMA Director General and his team visited some of the affected areas and promised to provide relief for affected persons.
Such a rescue operation has been going on. Six teams comprising all stakeholders went around the 12 states, carry out assessment, all with the aim of trying to reduce the consequences of this flood disaster. I will also make it known to the Nigerians. With this development, a proposal will be tabled to the President for a lasting solution, whereby, in line with the provision of the relevant section of National Disaster Response Plan, the state government will sign an agreement with the federal government, taking part of the responsibility of the funding. That negotiation will commence in earnest, so that we'll come up with permanent and lasting solution to this problem.
Persons still staying in flood-prone areas were told to relocate until the land becomes dry again. The Commissioner of Environment, Sanusi Yahya, who took delivery of non-food relief items from the NEMA team, said the state government has provided food items to complement NEMA's efforts for distribution to affected persons across the state. He also expressed gratitude to other groups who have distributed to relief efforts.
The indigenous and non-indigenous are citizens of Kogi State. They are affected. If they are affected the same way, they will enjoy the same treatment without discrimination.
We thank you very much for your support and for encouraging others.
The Secretary to the State Emergency Management Agency confirmed over 30 IDP camps across the 10 local government areas have been set up by the state government to accommodate 200,000 households sacked by flood from their homes. Other agencies, including the Red Cross, have their personnel on ground. A number of medical workers are taking care of persons in the displaced persons camps.
Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello has promised a better deal to hundreds of Decampees from other parties to the All Progressives Congress. Governor Bello, who made the promise in Lokoja at a mega rally to welcome them, said they have nothing to worry about as long as they display loyalty to the party.
You don't join a failed party. It is only when a party is progressive that you join. Those that left the party the other time are the troubles of the party. And they are gone, and they've gone forever. Those of you that are joining us now, and those that still want to join, come and join, because the space is wide enough for all of us.
One of the Decampees, former PDP member of the State House of Assembly, Paul Haruna Gowon from Dekina, explained why he decided to join the APC.
We must not hate anybody because of any reason. You took me by surprise. You are the only person I have ever met. Who to understand tribalism. You called Edward Onaja your twin brother in my presence.
Party stalwarts from the state say this is an indication of better days ahead.
Excellency, what is happening today is another testimony that you are God sent to us in Kogi State. They say sweet things and success attracts people. And failure has no relatives, but success will have relatives. Be ready to be committed to the cause, to be sincere, and to be determined. See where you come from, no matter. So, me and you go make Kogi State prosper. Let's go.
As flood continues to ravage communities across Kogi State, the people of Ugwolawo in Ofunko government have a different sorry tale to tell, as they have lost lives and property, and many left homeless due to the erosion and other forms of degradation that has hit the community. The people of the area say they need federal government assistance as they believe the situation is beyond what the state and local government can handle urgently.
Recently, as we enter into another rainy season, suddenly the erosion, the flood come and flush all our buildings down to the cemetery, the place where we buried our people, of which we don't know what to do again. This is where about 3 or 4 blocks are damaged already. So some of the people that we buried behind at the back of the building, he is carrying them down to the river bank. And the one that is not packed, finished, then we use our efforts to take them to another place and bury them. That is the problem we are having here. The present chairman came here, captured the problem that we are encounter here. Then he promised us that he's going to table the problem before the Kogi State government.
If you turn around and see what you are seeing here at the back here, the state government tries to do their best. But unfortunately, their best is not enough for us. Reason being that where they have walked up to is just at the back of these people's house here. And automatically because of the nature of the environment and the sandy nature we have here, what was done there started reblocking itself until the present situation we have come to see now has emerged. We do understand that local government may not be competent to work on this. In fact, I'm not even sure if the state can actually do it.
Well, it is an unfortunate situation. This is the only erosion site in Ugwolawo. We have them in various places. Is it Ahi Road, Ojomashi Road, at the back of this barrack here, even all over. So name them Ofakete. So you have a lot of them. Is it along local government secretariat or within that environment? So there's erosion problem in this very town is enormous. We are calling on the federal government, state government, and philanthropists to come to our aid. This thing that has happened, it has affected many families in this environment. We are calling on people, wealthy individuals, those that has people's mind, to come and help us solve this problem, either to aid those that have been affected.
A local government representative speaks on the efforts made so far to remedy the situation.
Kogi new map came here and then designed the construction of this road, of Atoda Road, to stop the erosion before this time. The administrator has promised that he will inform the state government for onward transmission to the federal government for their assistance. Really, this has been interesting. Some of us were born in this town. Before this time, we have never witnessed something like this. And in fact, the thing is growing every day. It's growing from season to season, and that will cancel Ugwolawo if care is not taken.
The recent rainfalls and opening of dams from within and outside Nigeria has compounded what is already a complicated situation. And we stay in Ugwolawo, where the newly installed traditional ruler, the Onu of Ugwolawo, Chief Gabriel Igono, has expressed appreciation to the state government for his elevation. Speaking to Kogi in Focus, the Onu also called on the government to save the community from land degradation problem.
This recommendation came from His Royal Majesty, Dr. Michael Idako Ameuboni II, to our amiable governor, His Excellency Yahaya Adoza Bello, who gave the final approval. We thank him very much for that, particularly in Ugwolawo, which is a traditional Asian town. The governor, our amiable governor, has done very well so far. Because when he came on board, he started the road from Ida to Ayangba, which has been our cry for how many, for about 3 successful administrations. That road has been there and nobody cares about it. But he took it single-handedly and started the road. So I'm praying for him so that he can complete it for us.
The ONU also called on politicians and youths to treat the forthcoming elections in the country as a contest and not a do-or-die affair.
So I advise the youth not to, in fact, allow themselves to be used by some unscrupulous politicians who will make use of them and dump them. You see, because for them to give you some little token, like say 500 naira, go and snatch a ballot box or something like that, you go and kill, you know, it's not good for our youth. And it's not good for Igala per se. So they should conduct themselves peacefully. If they are coming, let them come, vote, peacefully for the party of your choice, and then move away.
If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, your weekly review of major activities in and around Kogi State. For your information, contribution, feedback, and possible event coverage, reach us via the phone numbers and social media handles displayed on your screen. Members of the Jamaat Nasril Islam in Kogi West converged on the city of Odokoro in Bono local government area to pray for the country. They called for religious and ethnic tolerance among Nigerians and called on government at all levels to find a lasting solution to the current threats to Nigerians' peace and unity, which they say has nothing to do with Islam faith. They also rendered prayers for President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Yahya Bello.
This media to continue to sincerely thank for his love for the state, his love for religious bodies.
The state government representatives, Taufik Issa, urge Muslims generally and in Kogi West in particular to keep praying for their leaders.
What you are seeing here today is part of the opportunity to me by His Excellency to get down to the less privileged and down to Dr. Abdulwasi Adeyemi. I did mean today gives me another opportunity to tell the entire Muslim nation that Allah has been in 2008. And on behalf of the executive governor of Kogi, University of Abuja, where he did his master's MSc in Political Economy and Development Study in 2012. Abdulwasi Adeyemi registered a University of Malaysia between 2015 and 2018. Dr. Abdulwasi Adeyemi has attended so many workshops and seminars within and outside the country. He has been a member of Institute of Political Management since 2008. He has been a member of the Nigerian Environmental Society since 2015. This is one of the most successful outings School of General Studies, Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja.
Issa assured them of government support at all times, especially with the launch of An-Nusrah, an annual publication that encourages decent living. The gathering of Jamaat Nasril Islam of Okunland is a yearly program to mark the new Islamic year. The Director General, Government House Administration, Oricha Shuaibu, says the state government is determined to settle all outstandings to civil servants and pensioners in the state. During a chat with journalists at Government House, Lokoja, Shuaibu said despite the limited resources available, government will not shy away from this and other responsibilities.
His Excellency is up to the task, managing the little we can get from population account. We're trying to improve on our IGR. An effort is on seriously, and that one is also helping the state to achieve what we have achieved so far. So far, the issue of salary is being tackled seriously. Pensions too, anytime they pay salary, pensions will be paid, and the government will continue to pay pension because these are our senior citizens that have worked for the state on the project. The Kogi state government is actually trying. Because if you have a good manager of resources, that's what we expect to happen. Because we are trying to be disciplined financially in terms of government expenditure. And by special grace of God, we will get to the promised land. All we need is patience from Kogis. They should not listen to those desperate politicians that are out to cause problems just because they are no more in charge.
He advised youths to avoid being used as political thugs and key into programs introduced by the state government to help them live meaningful lives.
I want to advise that you shun violence during the forthcoming general election in the state. It's not going to be a do or die affairs. Any politician who wants to use you, let the politician be in front. Tell the people to be in front and you will follow. So that any bad thing that you want to meet him first. The moment he says you should be at the front, meaning he's not wishing you well. He's afraid to die, but he's not afraid to send you on another that will end your life. So I want to appeal to them that they should shun violence. You say no to thuggery. Say no to any form of criminality at all in the state. Anybody that decides to go into that is the enemy of the state, and they're going to treat that person accordingly.
September 21st is celebrated globally as the International Day of Peace. Kogi State and its environs were not left out of the celebration as Actionaid, in collaboration with the state government, walk around Lokoja for peace.
Once upon a time, Kogi was the headquarters of kidnapping and highway robbery.
Yes, sir.
That has become history. Yes, sir. Today, as you rightly said, Kogi was adjourned second peaceful state in Nigeria. From a position of 36 to a position of 2. Yes, sir. Without doubt, in the next year, we shall be number 1.
We are engaging stakeholders, the traditional rulers, the community leaders, the religious leaders, and every security agencies. We bring them together. We must have a roadmap to what it should be.
We are appealing that the tempo of peace that is currently being enjoyed in Kogi State be maintained. Aware that the elections are coming and there are lots of tendencies for our young persons to be engaged negatively. So we are having this sensitization to say no to violent extremism, say no to radicalization, say no to thuggery.
We've gone to even the most remote communities. We've seen Bedamagu, we were there for 24 hours and nothing happened. The people were peaceful, and unlike what the media was telling us, I have come here, I have witnessed it.
Also organized a peace fiesta that attracted artists and motivational speakers.
Kogi State students are one, united, the Igalas, the Ibiras, the Okuns, and the other tribes. We are united, we are our brothers' keepers, and I want to say thank you to Your Excellency.
Finally, is to call on the youth of Kogi State to see that we support our government in promoting peace in the state, in building on the peace we already have.
Together, we can make Kogi State a better state. Together, we can drive
spirit of the International Peace Day, we also sought to find out from the people what they understand by peaceful living and its benefits. That's our focus on this week's Views from the Streets.
When people are together, the best that is expected is for them to remain in cordiality. Of course, wherever there is cordiality, there is that interaction and this rapport between one another, devoid of rancor, chaos, or violence, we charm that situation to be peaceful living or peaceful surrounding.
When I and you live together without any problem, where we could talk to each other freely, share things freely, without having any problem, that's what I see as a peaceful living.
You can't say you're living in peace with me when you don't like me, or when I don't like you, or when we don't have anything in common. It's better. And the benefit of it has a long, in fact, you can't count them. It will help a community to develop as fast as possible. It helps individuals, yourself, that is living in peace with me, it helps you to grow.
Without peace, there's no way we can be together again. Without peace, there's no way you see the peace in the land. For for investors to come in to invest on anything.
The way and manner is impact positively on the life of every citizen. So there is no way you emphasize the importance of this, that somebody will tell you that you have overstrength.
This is where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of Kogi in Focus. Join me, same time, same station next week for another 7-day review. Until then, I remain yours truly, Oluwatosin Osuji, asking you to keep doing unto others what you want them to do to you. Bye for now.